Alright, let's see how this goes, because I've been having issues with the net. It sucks. Alright, let me throw this over here so it doesn't fall like the other day. I managed to put a prototype arm just now, so I'm testing it out to see how good it is. Where do I want to go? Let me check this spot. Let me see if this is the spot that I was on yesterday with random people. This is not it. I forgot where it is because I never really grew over there. Let me go to my spot. It's just easier to test. Going cruising down the road over here. I changed the rims so they can match up with the art I made. Wow. I was thinking about putting all prototype parts into the car, but I didn't know how crazy the change was going to be. So I just put the arm for now, the front arm. I'm starting to see the smoke, so the rain stopped. This is the turn that most of the time I have a problem with. That come off the road right there. I didn't this time. Let me see third gear now, see if it works out good. Or if it boggles down like crazy. put up the caster up to 11, so this thing is really shaky. Third gear does here. It's doing pretty good so far. Oh, just tapped that wall. It was doing pretty good. I forgot which. Oh wait, nah, no. This is the way I usually connect this through here. I was gonna go the wrong way. Oh, I'm hitting the wall. Tomorrow, actually I guess today will be the last day of the carx Street online 2 test. They said it ends the 4th, so I'm guessing today would be kind of the official last day of the test before they cut it off. And then on Thursday, I believe, is when you can cop it, buy it, and just start playing it. Which I wonder how it's gonna work. Like when you first start the game, are we gonna have a little bit of money, no money? Are we gonna have a beat up car? I wonder how it's gonna be. Is there gonna be any type of story? Yo. What's up, bro? Testing out this new front arm that I put on this. I put up the prototype because I didn't realize I had to open up these little packs, like these little booster packs, and I opened everything I had, and I found the little lights, the animated neon lights, which you could pick 2 colors. I found these rims that matched the art style of the design I did on the car, and then that's it. I'm just testing out the prototype arm because what was it, yesterday? When I was in that lobby, in that public lobby, I seen the angle that people were hitting was ridiculous, and I was like, yo, my car doesn't go that crazy. So I looked into the arm because I had the purple one, I guess the ultimate, I guess. Oh no, the ultimate is the gold. I don't know what it is. The elite, I think I had. I can't remember which one I had. But like I said, I opened up all the packs and I got myself the prototype. So I just put the max amount of angle and I set the Ackerman to the middle. And now I'm just testing this, how accurate, how consistent can it be. I mean, my streaks are everywhere, so I don't feel like it's that consistent right now. But it's working out though. I'm drifting it. I'll have to like try to do some tandems and see how I can keep up. And I'm testing out third gear because I kind of messed with the gearing too. So far it feels pretty good. The car is doing what I want it to do. The only thing I noticed is that the cast is way more aggressive. That's fine. I can deal with that. Have I heard of the Yokai Watch? Yokai Watch. What is that? Like what is it? Like an anime, a show, series, movie? Sounds cool. That was originally the name of the team before I changed it to Yoki, because if you look up what Yoki means, it's the lifeblood of the yokai. So I called like the cars yokai basically, and the Yoki is the lifeblood of the yokai. So it's basically like the drivers, you know, control these monsters. So I made a little lore about the for the team. I'm gonna have to test out some different wheels too. Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever seen it. So it's like, I'm guessing it's like a weird kind of Pokemon type version, but a Japanese version of it, like with involving yokai. Yeah, third gear is really feeling good right now. It's actually working out. I want to change the tires and see. Not really, it's more like a copy. It's based on Japanese Pokemon. Yeah. Yeah, but like what I'm asking is, do you make them fight each other? Like how does the show work? I'm gonna have to check it out to see. Damn, which one should I try out? The sport ones or? I like the streets just because they're kind of loose, but I want to check out. Which one should I check out? Let me try these. I haven't tried these at all. I got 7 of these. Let me see how the difference between these. Let's see how it feels. Oh, it's raining too. I guess the first test is gonna be in the rain. Super grippy though. Definitely grippier. I feel like I'm going faster, but it's not consistent at all. Maybe I should try the other ones. See if they're less grippy. Let me. I'll buy like. No. Let's buy 100. Did I buy the right ones? I hope I did. I don't know if I bought the right ones. Because it still says 0 out of 0 or whatever. I don't know if these are the... It's more like they're trying to get rid of... Ah, okay. Critically low, so that means I still don't have. What wheels did I just buy then? What the hell? Oh my god, my wheels just popped. I guess I bought a bunch of street ones again. Alright, let's test this one out. It's just forcing me to try to straighten out every time. It's really, it's super grippy though. So I guess the speed goes up. But it's not consistent at all. I guess the upside is, and it's raining, which is crazy because it's supposed to make it harder and more slippery, and it's not. It just feels super grippy. I don't know if I like these. I would have to like test them out. Let me go over here. Did I? Wait, hold up. I thought it said, no, I think I bought the sports. No, look, I got the sports. The racing I got, oh yeah, before, yeah, when I bought the 100, yeah, I bought the 100 of racing. But I got these right now. Why is, hold up, what is this? Can I change this? See, these are for drift. These are the ones I always use. This is more for like racing. Like, that's why it's moving up. That's why it's more grippy, and then the more you go, I just want to see that's straight up racing. So this is a straight up gripping. These, are they the same? Okay, so these are probably like the next best thing to get a little bit more speed. Let me buy more of those. Make sure it stays on there. Streets. Let me buy 100 of these. Street Plus. Try it. Third gear. That's probably why my racing was crap. You know, I never put in the racing tires. That's probably why my racing sucked. I had to put on full-blown racing tires and I didn't. Alright, let's see how this handles here. I mean, whipping the cars, like, they're working out pretty good. Oh, I stalled it. I'm liking that. I like when it's effortless to just whip the car around and just take the weight, just let the car go. Ooh. It feels more natural when I'm not actually putting brakes and I'm just letting the counterweight just do its thing. I will have to mess with the caster though. It does feel kind of crazy. I'm gonna have to like put it down more. Let's see, because this is way up high. The thing is, like, if I put it really low, it feels good. Like it turns smooth. Everything looks fine. But then there's like no resistance to it. It almost feels like I'm playing on a like weird type of wheel. See, if I bring this down, let me bring it down all the way to like 4.5. Everything else is normal. I didn't touch anything. I left everything the way it is. Everything is basically vanilla. I didn't touch anything. I just don't like the feeling of the looseness of like when I'm drifting, and it just like no effort. It feels smooth on the wheel. It looks smooth on the wheel, but it also feels like, I don't know, it feels like you lose control of the like there's no feel to it basically. I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's like lower I go, the smoother it gets, the slower it gets. But it completely doesn't give me that much info on what the car is doing. And then I just gotta 100% rely on visual. Look, like what is that? What the hell was that? That's why I like my caster high, so I can feel every little bump, every little thing that's going on. And I feel that resistance, you know, like I gotta be, like it feels like I'm doing the action that I'm doing. Like it feels like I'm actually fighting against the wheel that's turning, and then I have to correct it if I mess up. And while I'm turning, I can feel that resistance. Here is like I don't feel anything. Like this is crazy. Like I could literally try to drift with 2 fingers. Like look at this. This is like light as hell. So I don't know. I just don't like that. The wheel shakes less, so I don't get that violent, crazy shake. But I lose too much information of like what the car is doing, and the feel and the resistance. I don't know. It's just a me thing, I guess. I like the crazy feel of the caster when it's high. I'll put in. Let me see. I'll put it up here in the middle. But I know even in the new carx, I'm glad they put that. I wish they put that feature on this game. I don't know what I can't remember what it's called in the new carx 2, but there's a feature. There's an extra setting for the caster which you can tighten it up, and it doesn't affect the caster itself. Like you can set the caster to whatever you want, but the feel of the wheel, you can set it up like really tight. Like it feels good. It almost feels kind of like BMG, a saddle, like, you know, with that firm like tightness that you can feel the difference, you know. I like that they did that on the new one, and that you could play around with those settings. Because in BMG, my I don't know if you was here for that when I streamed on the camera. I had the camera fit like the face cam, and it literally flew off a couple of times during the stream. That's how strong it was shaking everything. That was before I got my the wheel stand and everything. So I was shaking. Everything was falling off my table. This monitor was moving. I kind of miss it, I'm not gonna lie, because it did look like I was in the car whenever I was like drifting and stuff, like, you know, because the whole setup was moving. It gave me like this character to it that I really enjoyed. Like it just, you know, even when I watched it back to check the volumes and the levels of like the stream, it looked cool. I was like, oh, that looks like sick. Like if I'm in the car and it's just everything's moving. The only thing that wasn't cool, it was, you know, everything dropping and falling. But to get that feeling back, to get that like visual, I would have to like maybe mount a camera to the wheel itself, because right now the foot cam shakes, and that's because the foot cam is actually on the wheel stand, right under the wheelbase, attached to the wheel stand. So that's why if you see like crazy movements on the foot cam, that's why, because it's the whole thing is shaking. Which gives it, I guess it gives it that feel. So I would like the camera to shake to it. It just, I don't know, it's just me, I'm weird like that. I think visually it'll look cool. It'll give more of a like, you know, it looks like you're in the car. A lot of people told me that too. They're like, oh, it looks like you're really in the car because everything is shaking. The more violent, you know, the drift or the collision or anything like that, it just looks crazy. This feels okay. It still feels a little light. Let me go around this way. I'm probably gonna set the prototype part, to be honest, and see how it, because I'm really liking how this car feels overall. I'm trying to stay on line with the front tires, see how accurate it is. It's okay, it's not that bad, but I would like to get better on it. Doesn't help that it's nighttime and I'm like fine. Let's see this one here. Oh, I'm going past that. It's not that bad. It's not the way that I would like it, but I gotta keep tweaking it, keep messing with it. That'd be cool if I could like scale it to the point I could just go around this. But that one's, I gotta put it on low gear. I probably won actually. It's too tight. Let me see if I can actually get this going. Oh, it's so hard to do this. And it's raining too, so I don't know if that truly has an effect in the physics of the game, but oh, it's gotta be perfect. The size, everything, it's gotta be. Nah, I slide off. I'm sliding way too much. Pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty hard. But it'll get there with more tweaking. I'll get it there. Yeah, it'll get there. up. Oh man, you said the word coffee now. I kind of want to. Damn it, why'd you say that, bro? You've activated my caffeine senses. That's it. Now I want coffee now. Damn. I've been drinking it straight black with no sugar, just straight up. Just straight up tar. Now I'm craving even the little, you know, the bagels with the raisins in them. Oh, having cravings so bad, bro. Damn, son. With the cream cheese? Oh, no, bro. Oh. Sour cream, also butter, yeah. I'm not really that much into like butter. I don't know why. Ever since I was young, I never really liked butter like that. And when I was younger, I didn't eat avocados. Now I love avocados. To me, when I was younger, it just felt like when I ate one, it almost felt like I was eating grease or something like that. I don't know. It was a weird, like, texture taste for me. Now I can't get enough of it. I love avocados now. I've actually made what I call green rice, which is basically when you take the avocado, like while you're cooking rice, and it's at the boiling point, you go and cut a whole avocado and you kind of mush it into the rice. And my God, it tastes so good. That tastes banging. It's so filling. I rarely do it, but it's so good though. It tastes really good. And it turns the rice green, which is, you know, it's kind of cool, but at the same time, people be like, why is the rice green? Like, look, how old is this rice, bro? They don't know. They just taste it, and you know, they're just like, damn, okay, this is nice. I also have recently I've been cooking pepper steak, and I thought it was gonna come out bad. I threw like some soy sauce, some seasoning in it. I chopped it up into nice thin slices. Oh man, it came out so good. I gotta make more. I gotta stop talking about food though, because I'm like fasting right now. So it's like I'm doing damage to myself right now talking about food and everything. But yeah, like I got into, anytime I make a new dish, it becomes like my favorite dish for a while till I go back to cooking, you know, regular, like, you know, chicken and salmon and all the other stuff that I routinely eat. It's not bad. I like how it feels in second gear. It's just, it's not on, but it's not off. It's just kind of really nice. No, no, why would I be Muslim? What? Where is this coming from, bro? What? No, I never said anything like that. Is it because the choices of food? No, it's just I've always eaten like salmon, chicken, beef, not really into a lot of red meat, but lately I have been kind of. That's what I'm saying. I made that pepper steak, and it was like really good. I didn't think it was gonna come out like the same way, because I buy it from this restaurant, and man, it costs almost like $40, and it comes with like rice, beans, and then it comes with the pepper steak, and it's good. Oh my god, it tastes really good. But it's just so expensive to like, keep ordering things like that. So I'd rather just freak it and cook it myself, skill it. And I did. It came out way better than the one in the restaurant. I was like so shocked. I was like, yo, I just unlocked a new recipe. Oh no, that's just something I do whenever like I want to lose weight, and you want to lose kind of weight fast, and you don't want to like go crazy. And I do it every maybe it depends how I feel, because I'll feel bloated, like I'll feel fat. Like anytime I know when I'm gaining a lot of weight, as soon as I sit down and I try to tie my sneakers, and I feel like I can't breathe when I gotta tie my sneakers. So I already know, like, your body lets you know, like, yo, yeah, you're getting a little. And then to clean out my body too, like to clean my body out of everything that I put into it. Sometimes I'll eat the most unhealthy things, and it's kind of like just a reset to just. Not only that, it helps me a lot. I've been sleeping better too. Like I usually have problems sleeping, and I haven't had problems sleeping. You just get a lot of energy, and then you don't know what the hell to do with all the energy you get. Which is kind of weird, because you would think you would be drained. The first day is probably the hardest, because, human nature, we just crave, and your senses go like through the roof. Like you feel like an animal, like you can smell everything from far away. Like it just wakes up something kind of animalistic in you, kind of like when, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but that's how we work, I guess. But I do it every once in a while. I haven't done it in probably like 6 months or something like that, so it's been a while, and it's really hard to try to do it again. I've failed a couple of times already, because I'll say, oh, I'm gonna do it, and then I can't hold it. It's just so hard to do, and then I fail, and then I gotta like reset and retry. And before, I used to just boom, I'm gonna do this 7 days, 3 days, 4 days, whatever, and I just used to just boom, just do it. Now it's getting a little harder, but yeah, it's just it's simple, just to lose like weight fast and just reset my body. That's all. It's nothing crazy. I think all my religion, they do it during Easter though. What do they call it? And you don't eat like meat. You're only allowed to eat like fish and stuff like that. They call it Semana Santa, which is like the Holy Week or whatever. But I just do it just to do it. I've always done it. Like, I met one of my boys, but he was weird, because he would do like crazy, like we're talking like 14 days. And then the minute he would get off the fast, he would buy a whole pie of pizza and eat it. I'm like, bro, you did all that just to like, why would you put yourself through that? And then he did it with like, he would take maple syrup, cayenne pepper, a gallon of salt water. What else? He used to just mix it. So he had like a gallon of like salt water, like basically he threw salt and some water, and it gave him. He said it gave him like energy. It gave him like a little boost. It took away like the cravings. I never did it. Mine is straight up just water, and then I just drink black coffee with no sugar, no nothing, just that. And I would do that for like 7 days, 3 days, however I feel, and then that's about it. Like, I'll lose like a ridiculous amount of weight though. It's just sad once I start pigging out again, bro. Like once, cause when I get on fat mode, bro, I get on fat mode. Like there's no stopping the fatness. Like, I don't do it anymore. I'm getting too old to try to eat like that. I would eat. Oh, I love it, man. I would go to Costco's and I would buy like the double pack of vanilla ice cream, and then I would buy like a whole box of Oreos. And dude, I would have this giant bowl of like just throw mad vanilla ice cream in there, and then I would grab a whole pack of Oreos and I would crush them, and I would it was my ghetto way of making cookies and cream. Instead of just buying cookies and cream, that's how I just did the ghetto version of cookies and cream, and it was so good. Oh. But then of course, that's so much sugar, bro. Oh, I don't know. Like, I have no idea. You would have to like get in contact with a physician and just talk it out and see how if people can do it. They have like fasting centers sometimes where they monitor you, and you probably do like a couple of days. It usually just comes down to like how long it is. If you're gonna do like 3 days, then that's kind of light work, but that comes from someone that I've been doing that for a couple of times a year. But when you first do it ever and you never done it before, dude, it's probably like the hardest thing, because your mind and your habits, like when you let's say when you just chilling and you watch a movie or you watch anime or anything like that, and usually you want to eat something, you want to snack on something, got your favorite chips or your favorite snacks, and sit down and watch and relax. And once you're doing that in fasting mode, you can't. So it's kind of like while you're fasting, you got to change those habits too. Sometimes you got to just not do those things and keep those things away from you in order to do that. But I have no idea how it would be with, like, from that point of view, I have no idea. I don't know if it'd be safe or unhealthy. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not gonna be like, yeah, man, you could definitely do it. I don't want to be responsible. I'm not even a gym bro. Even though I bought myself a home gym to get myself in shape, I've been using it since December, and I've been trying to get back into shape. But I'm definitely not a, kind of one of those crazy workout people or like health nuts or anything like that. I don't even have a diet plan. Like I eat the same thing all the time. I think that's the key of keeping your weight, is just kind of being boring. Ooh. And eating, have the discipline to eat the same crap every time, or have a couple of meals, like a couple of dishes that you just switch over to eating, and then you'll just naturally maintain your weight because you're just putting the same thing in your body. I guess your body will get used to it or something, and the amount, all that stuff. But usually if I want to lose like a lot of weight, I'll eat things like plantains with avocado, with like a little bit of chicken. I'll try to limit bread, rice, all those things. I love rice. I'm a fat rice eater. I eat too much of it. Like I'll fill up a bowl of rice and just go crazy. And that's not, obviously that's not good, but you get bored if you eat the same thing over and over. You'll kind of go nuts. So you got to kind of switch it up. So that's why the fasting comes into play. Every once in a while, you just got to clean out your body and reset yourself. Ooh, I hit the rail. know if I should try to tandem with people. Let me see. Let's see if I can find a nice room where people would just. If I find a tanning room, you know, somebody's tandeming and. There's a couple of people in here. And now I know. Now I see like the lock. Before I didn't see the lock. Now I can see I can identify how if the room is locked now. Because I rarely ever join rooms at all. But like it seems nowadays all these rooms are just full of players that are doing certain things. So. I don't see anybody with a tandem room here. Okay, chill tandems. It's not really full. Let's see this. Let's go in there. There's like literally 2 people in there. Where they at? I don't even see them. Okay, they're over here. Okay, let me go over here. Why can I fast travel over here? Let's see how they rocking right now. See if I can follow them. I don't even know what grade my car is right now, actually. I think people look at the numbers too to see the car's grades. Oh, he brought out the stand car right there. What are we waiting for? Who's going? I don't even know which way they're going. I don't even know how they loop it. I'm just waiting for one of them. Oh, the rain, the rain. Let me follow this guy. Go ahead. Oh, he's waiting on me. Oh, God. I suck, bro. I gotta change back the tires. I suck at this right now. Let's see if I can follow. See if I can even keep up with these guys. I don't know what gear I should try to put it on either. Damn, and this is where I usually drift. That's the crazy part. When you're trying to follow somebody, it's different. It's totally different. Oh, and I drift the opposite way too. I don't usually do this route here, but. I change my tires back? Let me change my tires back. Let me go back up here. I guess they loop it the same way I do, but they go the whole opposite way that I do. I haven't tried that, so that's why they come up this way over here. Can I spectate? I never tried to spectate. I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if you can spectate in this game. A CS. That's my rating for the car right now. I gotta see their ratings too. How much that would be in tax? Probably 42, somewhere around there. 42, 43 something. Over here at least is every, I think it's like every $10 you add I think it's 10 cents or $1, something like that. I totally forgot. I usually use this thing where you gotta know how much taxes they charge where you're at, and then you put that in, and then you put, you know, all the information, and it'll pop up. I used to have a thing, I forgot what it on my phone, and it was called tax calculator or something like that, and I would just put the number in, and if there was a sale, you calculate that, everything like that, and it'll show you. And then if you buy from, I used to test it on too, like when I used to buy things on Steam or online, I would just put the price or the discount, everything like that. It comes up. So I think over here is a 10%, I think. 1.13. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that'd be different. 1.13. I would have to look. I'd have to check to see. But I have no idea. Like even Forza, I bought Forza 6, it was like $69.99, it came out to like 76 something. Damn, I'm gonna run into them doing this, because they're coming the opposite way. I thought I was gonna hit the ledge of that. I'm over here with supposed tandem, and I'm over here doing this without it. it feels a little different. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's like a placebo effect, or does it really affect the drifting when it's raining? I'd have to do like a side-to-side comparison of when the weather's dry and when I'm drifting in the rain. Yeah, I don't know if the physics even change when the weather hits, you know? Because I remember back when during the winter it was snowing in the game, and I mean I took such a long break that I wouldn't be able to tell the difference, you know. What kind of boggled down? Damn, I kind of wanted to drift in that spot where everybody was drifting before to test this out. They're just chilling right now. Let me see if I find another room. I don't even know where was the place that I was at yesterday. I think it was called Tandems or something like that. Yeah, but I'm looking at this. I don't know how. Oh, this is EU too. See, these are Xbox players too. So I like the fact that you could kind of mix things up here. Let me see this room. See what people are doing over here. Okay, I think they're going in this direction here. Hold up. What the hell? Is there a house near all this? What the hell can I find? Hold up. I'm trying to zoom in. I'ma just go to this house. See what they're doing over here. A gaming, imagine having a gaming bed set up. Like, you mean like kind of like a loft bed where it's like the bed's on top and then you have like a little office on the bottom, kind of like your gaming setup or your desk. Is that what you're talking about? I kind of lost it. I gotta follow slowly because I don't want to mess nobody up. I don't want to run into nobody. Oh, I'm spinning out. Damn. No. Let me go all the way in the back. I want to be all the way in the back so I learn the little. I almost lost control of the whole wheel, fell off my hand. Oh god, I'm spinning out way too much, man. Damn it, bro. I'm gonna have to ease up on the... Let me see if I can do it right now. It's too much, the angles. I'm going way too much into it. See, I brought up this arm here, and the angle, I just put this all the way. Like, it's crazy. And then see, I left the acronym here. And then look how ridiculous. Do you see the wheel? How ridiculous this is? Look at this. So I would say the norm is kind of like this, or even maybe 60. That's the max right there, I guess. But I've seen so many players like whip it like crazy angle, and I was just like, all right, let me. Is a full-on custom gaming PC and it's hooked up to the like you're talking about just chilling in your room, you know, on your bed, and just laying down, and you have like a TV on your ceiling, and you're just laying down with the controller in your hand, just, you know, like, that would be kind of crazy. I mean, nowadays with VR, you know, I'm guessing that's where it's gonna head, where people are just gonna be laying on their bed, kind of like the what anime was that? Sword Art Online, where you just lay down and boom, and you're just in a little world. But I'm guessing is with the VR, you have to move around. Like, it can't just lay down and it's not like advanced, kind of like the animes make it look, where they scan your whole body and it's your brain moving. You're moving in your mind, but in real life, you're just laying down. Okay, let me see where everybody's at now. I did see this crazy, it was like a treadmill where people, it was like a harness, weird round treadmill, and the VR set had like the little cable attached to it, and then people were running and jumping, and it was like flexible. I don't know how much that would cost. That's kind of nuts. Wait, okay, wait. Where are these guys coming from? They're coming my way. Hold up. I don't want to mess this whole. Gotta practice the lines that they're doing. I think everybody's just doing random stuff though. I'm just following him. I have no idea where this man is going. Oh, he brought out the trunk. Okay, he's going back this way. Could have controlled out of that. Yeah, I have no idea like what that line is. It's kind of crazy though. I just never really. first time me doing this. Oh wait, no, he went around. Yeah, I gotta learn it. It's pretty nice to just drift for random sometimes and just learn their little, what like everybody's doing, cutting up there. Oh, he tried a 360 it. I have no idea. Okay, everybody does seem to go through here, so. He's gonna come in through here. Probably should do second gear, but I want to test out third gear too. This is the best way to do it. Oh man, I'm coming off crazy though. I wish you could draw the line, like draw the route. That would be cool if you could do that. So it displays on the map and shows like how people are taking the route. I mean, I guess you could follow the, you know, the skip marks. Oh man, I lost it. I gotta practice that. That's kind of cool though. That's a cool line now. I would just have to sit down and practice that. This is my little, like, ever since I got the game, I go over here to the docks and I just do this like around the dock so much to the point where it just, you could see it from the top view how crazy it is. And I enjoyed this spot because it was like open, and then the way the road feels, like, look, you could see the bumps, like there's just bumps everywhere, and you could feel that. And then the tracks too, that you could feel all this, every little bump. And it kind of throws you off if you're not careful. And there's like a little bump here that'll pick you up. Like you can see the bump. You can see my car, the way it's reacting, like all bumpy and going a little crazy. Here. So I've been drifting on here for so long that like I know where the bumps are and how it feels. It's a little hard because those bumps will throw you off. And man, I would do this for so long. This has got to be like probably my favorite spot, just to turn my brain off and just connect this over and over and just do this over and over. Sometimes I would try, it's super hard though, and I would try to go around this thing. But it's, you got to kind of be straight, because look at the tightness of this. This is like, and you go around it. But this is where I was burning out when I first got this game to level up. Like I would just sit here and just go crazy, just chill, man. Just turn my brain off. And then I had randoms come up and then try to follow me. And it was nice. It was just straight up doing the same thing over and over. That's why I wish they had more of that. You see the truck there? Like I wish they had more of that. Let me see first gear. But I wish they had it in a place where you could just go under it and not have to worry about the ramp. Like they need more of this stuff. Like this stuff, I love this stuff. So imagine you going in a place where there's a whole bunch of this and you could kind of zigzag in between, or the trucks in the highway, kind of like remember how the Fast and the Furious movie was, and you could just go under the car while you're driving. Bro, that'd be so sick, man. Let's see what they just gave me to. See, this is where I got all the packs. I got all these little packs. Let's see what I got in these packs, because I never really opened like the packs like that. Where do I go now? Well, I forgot where I even opened the packs. Inventory. I literally did this earlier. Look, this is all the crap I got. All this crap, bro. From like, I don't even know how many packs I had that I never opened. And these are all the parts that I got. I had hundreds of packs. These are my prototypes. So I don't know if I should smack these on this car and just prototype the crap out of this car. But then again, you know, I don't know if everybody's doing that. And it's kind of like, I just messed around with the arm just because I saw a lot of people like, you know, do that crazy angle. And I was just like, all right, I wanna set up my car like that and see how it, but it just goes too crazy. Even 60 is kind of crazy. After that, you kind of just spin out pretty easily. I just like it to feel natural, you know, like you're just putting the throttle on, switching, letting go, putting more throttle on. See this guy here, he's out though, he is gone, he's got the race. I should retry the racing. But I think I'm gonna get good at racing in Forza. If it forces you, like people are saying, I'm gonna have no choice but to practice racing. And racing is the total opposite of drifting. So it's like, you know, you're switching gears, you're taking outside corners in the corner, then you're either, there's a new technique that I've seen that racers are doing where they actually shift up instead of down. That way they don't have to basically shift up or anything. It's just already there, but it basically causes the same thing. I don't know if that actually would work. I have to try all that out and just relearn everything, because I'm not a racer at all. Like, racing for me is you know what's crazy, when I was young I used to be, my first game was Gran Turismo. that was like the first racing game that I actually bought, and I was racing and playing it. But then after a while, I don't know what happened. I just got bored with racing, and drifting just looked so cool. And like, you know, then the initial D came out. I saw the live action movie. Of course, you know, Fast and the Furious. And then I seen, like, you know, Ken Block and the crazy videos he was putting out, and I was just like, man, this is so sick. And I think before carx, I was on Assetto originally, and I was on PlayStation, so I could only do one map the whole time. And I got really good at that one map. And I bought Assetto thinking that I had all these other maps and everything. Then I learned it was PC. My heart was broken. I learned it was PC, and you had to mod it and all this stuff. And I was like, damn. Then I felt kind of robbed, because I was like, damn, I bought this game because, you know, I saw these videos and I saw this cool stuff. And then I found carx. I think it was 2017. And I saw this was a straight up drift game. Like, it wasn't trying to be nothing more but that. And I fell in love with the way that you could customize the, you know, your wraps in the car, the way you can make the car look, the way you could just customize everything in the car and tweak it to however you like. Learning how to tune was a real headache, and it's still kind of hard for me, like understanding every single thing. When I first started on carx, on the original one, I put all the like everything down. I basically put everything down, and I took the car, and then I took the time and I put every slider up little by little to see what was the difference between them, like what actually changed something in the game. And then after a while you forget. You do all that, you spend hours tweaking and tuning, and then you stop playing for like a month or two, and then you just completely forget, and you got to relearn everything you thought you knew. But to me, as long as you can make the car do exactly what you want, then that's how you know you've tuned the car right. Like, you say, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and then you just proceed to do it, then that's a good tune. Or at least you practice like crazy to get the trick down or whatever. Like, I remember the trick in the original carx where we was doing 360s through that board. I think it was in Springstone, and also in the car wash. And I think that's when the first team came about, just doing that, trying to get the tricks, because I wanted to do a competition where people would do like actual tricks, and then you would have to copy. It was kind of like a game of horse. But then I realized people just don't have the skills, and those are just people that, you know, do the trick like 10,000 times so they get it one time, and then, you know, people think they're good, but then they can't replicate the trick on command. And then it was just like, okay, we can't do this. But that was the original. I think it was the original one was called Drift Guns. That was the first team that I made that, but it didn't go nowhere because so many few people were able to do the tricks that we were doing, and I learned some cool tricks though from people though, from drifters, and it was fun actually, you know, like them teaching me the trick and then me trying to do it over and over and over till I got it, and learning how long it took them to do it and get it down packed, that, you know, it wasn't just one of those things that where they just did it and it magically happened. It took them a while to figure it out, and I thought that was like cool as hell, you know. It's kind of like when you tandem with random people and you don't know what lines they take, and then you just try to follow them, and it's new to you, especially if you're not doing that on a regular basis, tandeming with people. And then you just learn a new line, or you make your own. I gotta go back, you know, that reminds me too. I haven't revisited that game. I said I was gonna beat that game and I kind of abandoned it. And it probably got so many updates. The JDM Driftmaster. I played so much of the story and then never finished it. I kind of like abandoned it. At one point I switched from wheel to controller because it was getting ridiculous, the stuff they wanted you to do on the wheel. And then I switched to controller. See, I kind of lose it right there. Alright, let's see. Let's see if I find a nice room right now. Yeah, I would love to bring that back in the new carx, you know? I actually should switch to it since it's going to be the last day of testing. Just to get it out of my system for a little bit. Let me do that right now because it's basically the same setup. So let me take this off real quick and just switch to that game real quick. This is the last. Today's basically, I think at midday tomorrow is when they're gonna take it down. Oh, I forgot I uninstalled it. What an idiot! I uninstalled it because I was like, I'm not gonna play it. I'll wait till it drops and then boom, and then Damn, that was today. That was earlier today, actually. Damn. All right, let me go back to the OG then. Switch it here then. Oh my God, there's so many updates in this game. They have another Kino update. Alright, let's see when it actually pops up. Dude, every time I start this game, the original, it always has crazy updates. And the crazy part is I don't even use any of that stuff. Like I don't mess around with it. Let me wait, what is this again? New Kino installed from 3.37 to 3.37.4. And I still haven't started the game. This is how long it takes just for me to start the game up. Because of all the updates. Yours do that too? Wait, you can't have. Do you have Kino on yours? Did they make it possible for consoles to have it? I know you could use the workshop, but I didn't know about the Kino thing. Okay, now I finally. Hold up, I gotta see because I am blind. I love how this feels though on the wheel though. Like it doesn't feel that crazy. But I usually just drift one car because every car does feel different. It doesn't feel the same, so I stick to one car. I'm noticing I'm doing that a lot with every game I play now. I'll stick to one car, I'll tune it, and I'll leave it. I won't mess around and pick a different car. All right, let's just see. I doubt it, but let's just see if we find a wheel room. Oh, I missed the whole L. Springstone, okay, they got but they're sim wheel practice. I don't know what map this is. They didn't forcefully put like the. Alright, I guess I'm making a room. What maps do you got? Let's see. Oh, do you even use the workshop? You told me something about that. It messes up or something, it turns off on you. I like this map. This map is pretty cool. Let me see, 100 grip, any drift, collisions. Assist status. Nah, we taking no assist. For now. No assist room, dude. Alright, here we go. Let's see if this works out for me. If it just works, well, I gotta turn off the wheel. Let me turn off the wheel. I forgot to turn the whole thing off. Because for some weird reason, if you leave it on, I don't know why it does that. Let's see if it just starts working. Even though it's the same setup, I didn't change anything. It just, I have to turn off the game and then turn off the wheel and then turn everything off and reset everything for some weird reason. I remember when I used to play, I don't know what game it was. It was this and another game, and I had to do the same thing because the game will change the way that I think it was over Drift Festival. I gotta check. Let me see if this works, because for some reason now it's just okay. Let me turn on the wheel. And then turn on the game. Because sometimes it just does this. Sometimes it just bugs out for no reason. Even though it's the same settings, I don't change nothing. It should just naturally just work. It'll just act crazy sometimes. Matter of fact, I'm surprised that the camera hasn't bugged out. Usually the camera bugs out. I forgot about that. Yeah, usually I have to reset the camera and re-zoom it into the wheel, because it just bugs out. I think I'm on American servers. Let me check. Select servers. Yeah, I'm on the American servers. And then I'll create a room. Alright, if you're coming in, I'll take off the assisting, because I know you're on controller. Do you prefer 100? Because if we put any, it's just going to change the way the car feels. I don't know what you're running on your car. Oh wait, hold up. I can't see the chat. Let me see if this is working. I'm gonna create it. Let me go to a workshop. Let me go to this thing and see if my wheel's even working right now. Because sometimes it just acts weird and it doesn't want to like work or do anything. It's just weird as hell. Let me plug in my controller. It just acts up, and then when I go off stream and I reset everything, that's when it starts working again. Let me see. See, nothing's happening. The controller's working. I forgot how I set this thing up. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why that happens. Where it just, I guess it's the updates. I have no idea why it does this. And I forgot what the hell I set the controller like. I never played this on controller though. Yeah, I don't know why. It's supposed to switch kind of like the other game immediately to the wheel, but it just doesn't for some reason. Yeah, and everything is set up to it. Look, that's controller, this is wheel. I don't know why it bugs the hell out. I have no idea why this is bugging out. It's just something that happens when I switch games. I have no idea. probably go slightly high. Depends. Oh yeah, that just depends on the tune in the car. I don't know why. Why is this acting weird? And who sent me a message? I'm broadcasting on. That's weird. Nah, I don't know if I should accept that. That's one of my friends on Steam, but that's weird. Hold on, man, why won't this work on me right now? This sucks. Let me go on, I'm gonna try it one more time. If it doesn't work, then I'm gonna have to switch back, which sucks. This happened when I was playing with Teapot too. Teapot came over on the stream. I forgot what day it was. I think it was last weekend. And I had the same exact issue. Like the game updated everything. It did the same thing it did now. And I couldn't drift on carx. I couldn't play it. And then I switched back to Streets and I was able to drift. Which is weird. When I play Streets, I cannot have I think I can't have the controller plugged in. Or is the new one? No, it's the new game. The new carx Online 2. If I have the controller plugged in, it messes up the whole thing. It's either you play with a controller or you play with the wheel. So they got to fix that. Because on this carx and on carx Street, the minute you touch the controller or you touch the wheel, it'll immediately pick it up. It'll pick up the difference between whatever device you're using. Right now, I don't know why it's bugging out right now. I'm guessing it's the updates, and I probably have to reset the computer or something dumb like that. If it does it again, that's probably what I would have to do, but I don't want to do all that right now. Let me go into any room. Let me go into this room right here and see if it just works or starts to act up. But yeah, this every time it updates, it's one of those weird things. Look, see, and it's supposed to pick everything up. It's supposed to immediately pick up the wheel that I'm using and everything. It's just not. Let me turn this off. So usually when I start this on this game, I usually have it set up already beforehand because then I'll have these problems when I try to switch from one game to the other. Especially if, like I said, when this game keeps updating the way it does, it always throws my whole setup off. Let me get off this, I guess. Let me try. It's just not working right now. I would, in order for this to work, I'd probably have to reset the whole PC. It's annoying as hell, but. Let's see if this works now. If the Street works now. I'm just surprised that it's not knocking my my camera off. Usually, anytime I switch games, I have the whole camera webcam set up. It literally will restart the whole, like everything. It'll just throw everything off. Let's see if this works out right now. If not, maybe I'll do a little short stream of the random games, play another little horror game or something. What time is it? It's already 9. I got this this horror game that I've never played. I got a bunch of horror games that I never even played on the channel. I forgot what it's called, but it has something to do with like ancient Egypt. I just forgot the name. I can't remember. I bought it like so long ago. And I bought it with those intentions to see. Look, it just works. It just magically works. Look. I don't know why it does it on carx original one. That it just doesn't want to work. But look, I just turned it on and it works. So I'm guessing I would have to reset everything. I don't want to do that right now, but let me. Damn, this thing is so delayed. I'm still on carx. Okay. Yeah, it's weird, but it happens every time there's an update. Every time I gotta update it, I have to restart the computer and have everything like restarted so everything could work together. I don't know why that is. It's just a weird thing. That's why it bothers me every time. I mean, I'm glad that it constantly gets updated, and they actually added a new map that I should try out on the. They added this. I think they calling it the Snake Trail map or something like that. It looks a lot like the one from carx 2, actually. I don't know if you tried that yet, but they got that map. I totally don't remember the name of the map, but I want to check it out eventually. I'll probably do it tomorrow, some other day, to check it out, how it feels, and drift on it. But it looks very similar to the one they have in the new cards that's coming out. Or I'll probably just take a break and wait for the game to come out. Because I was really enjoying Windrose, man. Me and my nephew was enjoying the hell out of Windrose. I was making this giant castle, and I got this message. I forgot where the hell it was from, but I got it on my phone, and it said something about like the new pirate looter game is actually looting your memory. Like, it said something weird like that. And I'm reading it out, and I'm telling my nephew, because he was having problems with his PC that he never had. Like, his PC was turning off on him. It was acting weird, and he was like, man, I hope I don't have any problems with the PC. And then I told him, I was like, yo, apparently this game eats at your memory like really hardcore, and it makes your PC bug out. And I had no idea, and it could potentially damage the SSD. So I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna risk it. I'm not gonna play it for now till they like really update it. Then they updated it, but then while I was playing, I was looking at the memory usage, bro. It was like at 95, bro. And I was like, nah, I ain't risking. That thing cost me like $600. I was like, I'm not risking, you know, a part of my PC just to play one game. That's crazy. And it's sad because I really did enjoy the game. The game is pretty dope. I even went out and I made all the ships in the game so far. And then my nephew saw like the big ship I had, and he was like, man, I want that ship. And I'm like, yo, you gotta beat the bosses in order to discover the materials for it. And then we did that. We just burnt out, and I helped him with that, and then he helped me with the castle building. Sadly, I didn't get to finish it, and I want to go back, but I'm gonna wait. Like I said, I'm gonna wait till they get their stuff together, and it's not gonna, you know, make my computer throw sparks or catch on fire or something. And also, Crimson Desert's been having a lot of updates, but I kind of like threw that in the back burner till I forget all about it. Cause that one had like broken, bro. Oh my god, that game really pissed me off. I played it for like 150 hours, and then I had to restart the whole game all over, and I was just like, yo, I'm done for now. I wanna forget it out my brain, and then when I forget all about it, I'll play it again. My nephew's always hit me with like cool stuff that they keep adding to it, but even that doesn't make me want to jump back into it. I'm gonna wait till I burn out in the new carx and Forza and I don't know what other games, and then I'll eventually go back to that game. But man, yeah, that pirate game was fun in creative wise, like being able to make stuff and just make, you know. It kind of reminds me of the other game I was playing, that Ever I think it was called Everwind, and that's also a nice little, but that's like a Minecraft type game. That game's also cool. I stopped playing it. That's my problem, dude. I jump around from one game to another, and then I forget about it, and then I never finish them. And then you always got to play catch up with the new stuff that's coming out. And And then you eventually don't ever finish games. I never finish my games. Most of my games is like 50%, 25%. And then I never sit down and Crimson Desert, I was into it. Like, I really got into it. Like, I got into the whole... It was immersive. It was the first game that I played in such a long time that really immersed me into a game in a while. I mean, everyone did that too to a certain extent. But everyone was just, like, you know, like Minecraft. So it's kind of like hard to compare, you know, when it comes to like real crazy, ridiculous graphics. But the gaming is what's fun. Like the actual gameplay, like what you're doing in the game, is what makes the game fun. I usually don't care about graphics at all. I'll play like the jankiest, craziest, weird-looking games. Like I played that game that I was showing yesterday. I forgot what it was called. The mushroom game. I played that. I played this other game called I think it was called Dual Core, which I gotta go back to that and play it. I had this weird bug that for some reason it didn't allow me to get killed or something like that. Like I was just able to fight whoever and beat the crap out of them. And I went and I fought all the NPCs. The NPCs were like level 50 or 40 or something. Like they were like the max level. And I took advantage of that glitch. I was like, yo, I'm beating the crap out of everybody. And then now I got like max level weapons that I can't use because I'm not at max level, so I can't even. But I'm so glad I did that though. When the game kind of messed up like that, I was like, yo, I'm glad I kind of went crazy with it and got like the crazy shields, the crazy swords. But then I don't even play anymore. Let's see, top hours. I guess I should just join random rooms and see what they're running and eventually learn the lines, you know, that they're doing. Let's see. And I gotta look at this, the EU, the US thing, the ping thing. Although, you know what? I never had that problem. I think only when the game first came out. Like every time, you know, they make a game, they always have internet problems, but then they fix it. I haven't really had any problems with anti-grip boys. So they gotta be drifting on super smooth. I never had connection problems with the damn, dude. I kind of wanted to try it out now, but now I'm like, damn, I deleted it. I was so sure I wasn't going to play it. What is this, EU? I guess let's see what they're doing in this room. Okay, look, they're over here, dude. They're in the spot. The dreaded spot. This is where I wanted to test the car out too. I could tweak it out, but then that means I would have to tweak it out for this specific spot. Whoa, how do I still have the drift points? That's crazy. Okay. Wait. Let me wait, because look, he's waiting. Come on, go. Oh, he lost it. No. Wait. I don't want to mess up the whole train here. Okay, let me see this guy. Okay, he's eating the wall. Let me just get some practice runs and see how smooth this goes. Oh my god. Why is it every time I talk about something it just gets worse? Oh no. Okay. Back to following him. Yeah, you see the tires? You see how crazy the angle is that they got? Like, you see how my wheel doesn't have to be that crazy? And he's like fully, look at that. That's fully locked, bro. Oh god. I'm guessing that's just the difference between the controller and the wheel, like. Because their tires look crazy locked. Like, it just looks locked to the point where that's not happening. If I was to do that with my car, my tires, the car will just lock in and then spin out. It's not gonna work. Into him, but I want to kind of stay with him. Ooh, he hit the wall. Their cars are actually going really slow. Like really slow, like really smooth, like. We switch spots. Oh no, damn, that whole thing. That's what's crazy about this. One little thing you can run over and it completely messes you up. Can I move this crap? Alright, let me move that out the way. I didn't move the other one, but that completely messes you up. No! It was like an SUV. I felt the pressure. Who is this guy? I'm sweating. Oh. I used to do this so many times on the original carx. See if I can follow them. They're actually pretty nice and smooth, even though, you know, the difference of how it's looking would kind of flag for me a little bit there. I don't like leading though, because especially if I don't know the track, and I'm trying to get used to it. slow. He bumped me like, come on, man, pick it up, pick up the speed. It's fun out, damn son. The usually grip I got for the carx is around 90. I used to love 90s, bro. I used to be 90s all day. And then I started drifting with Dummy and with, I mean, I think he goes by a different name now, but back then it was, just a whole bunch of people, especially when I first started on the wheel, like people trying to teach me how to you know, people that have been on the wheel for years try to teach me. But I told them, I was like, yo, I drift weird. It's not a knock on anybody. I just told them, I was like, yo, I even on controller I had a weird setup, so I knew I was gonna drift weird on wheel too. And I still have yet to find anybody that just like me on wheel, that just flicks the car or takes their brakes off. I don't even use my left foot braking. I completely replaced that with my handbrake. This is my actual handbrake. So it's like, I could keep up with most, especially if I tune the car and then I max it out, but then having to be able to be precise and control the speed and control the car, it takes a long time and it takes a lot of practice. I'm trying not to hit these cars here. Ooh, I keep tapping that wall. Clutch kick that. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. Once you get your wheel, it's gonna be hard to, you know, get used to it at first. I mean, it took me like 30 days or more to actually like get comfortable and be able to loop the tracks around and actually get a drift going. And you know what's funny? People actually like watching you struggle more than they like watching, you know, you master it, right? Like those videos are so popular because I was really struggling. I sucked, and I guess, you know, a lot of people struggle with it. You know, it's not easy, and you forget. You know, after a while, you just been doing it for so long that you can make it look easy, but it's back from the day one. That's why I kind of enjoy watching people struggle when I see them, to see the technique and how hard they got to overcome the difficulties of learning. You forget sometimes how hard it is. Yeah, drifting and racing are completely opposites. You're using different techniques, And I would say more, like if you want an in between, rally would probably be the way to go, because rally is one of those things where it's like a time attack thing, and it's about speed, but you could also get freaky with it and drift because it's just dirt, you know, like it's just off-road. And that's why that's where the Scandinavian flick came from. It originally came out from rally, and then drivers would use that, especially over in Japan, and they called it the feint. But it originally came from rally. And the reason for that is because when you're doing the flick, you don't slow down your car. So you don't slow down the speed of your car, and you use the weight of the car, and you kind of maintain the speed, and you just keep the weight and the speed up. And you need to, in rally, you need to keep the speed. Like it's all about time. How fast can you finish the track? So, oh man, this thing is in the way. See, his car is way faster than mine. That's why he's struggling to keep sideways with me. Like he would just leave me. How do I do the light thing? I don't think I have it set up. I want to signal him so he could go, because I already could tell this car's set up fast. Let me see if I can follow him. You could just tell when someone's following you and their car is like straight. They're not side to side with you. They're just like straight because they're the speed of their car. That they got too much power in their car where. And it's kind of simple. You just need to put that arm in, and then, you know, master the clutch kick, and you don't need that much power in the cars. Sure, it helps. It makes it easier, but you don't need that much power when you're starting off. The most important thing is that arm. Having the best arm that you can get, so you can get more angle out of it. You switch cars and everything. Alright, let's see if I can follow him. He seems like he's got a fast car. That's why I'm gonna have to start building different cars for different, like, speeds and tire setups. Oh god, I hate that car. Ooh. Oh, you could use that controller? What kind of Xbox you got now? Do you have the Series X? Man, I remember back in the day, I had the original 360, and I had it paired up with this thing called a Zoom. It was called a Zoom. And it was like an MP3 player, and it had a little screen on it, like, so you could watch music videos or I guess even movies, whatever you could throw on it. And that used to be so sick, man. I used to love that. And it paired really nice with the Xbox. I think I actually have it thrown around somewhere, but it doesn't even work anymore. I don't know what happened to it. It broke on me and I couldn't fix it. So did the Xbox. I got the dreaded red ring of death. I remember I saw somebody on YouTube talking about they wrapped a towel around it, and what that did, that heated up the circuit board and kind of reheated and reseated the it's like a liquid that falls in between the circuit boards, and they have to like connect. And I did it and it worked. And bro, I was sweating bullets, dude, when I brought that thing into GameStop. I got rid of it because it was brand new. Like literally I bought it, didn't even last me 14 days. Matter of fact, on the 14th day, that's when the red ring came, and I went to I couldn't go to the store on the 14th day, so I ended up going on the 15th day, and they didn't want to exchange it. I was so pissed, and my boy that worked, he used to work there, he knew the guy, he's like, yo, come on, bro. And the guy was like, nah, man, sorry, store policy. And I was so mad, dude. I was like, bro, this is the first time that I get this console, and it breaks on me, and I got to deal with this. So then I found that little fix, and I had no regrets. I was like, yo, they sold me this crap, they could take it back. And at the time they had a Star Vader limited edition PSP, and I traded my Xbox 360 for that particular PSP with like a 4 gig memory, and that was it. That's the last time I ever had an Xbox in my life. I never went back to Xbox after that. And then my friends, they have brought me like 2 different Xboxes, and they were like, yo, can you fix this and make one work, and then just, you know. And I was like, I'll try, because I used to mess around with all that. I used to get into the whole, you know, modding, modifying, tearing things apart, drilling holes into systems, just going crazy MacGyver style. Like, I remember my PlayStation 4, I drilled a hole in the back, and I put like this pigtail threaded adapter for Wi-Fi, and I connected this antenna that went for like 9 miles, and I was in the boonies in the country, and I was picking up people's Wi-Fi and just using it like, to get online back in the day, bro. That was like 10 years ago, maybe, or more. Oh, okay. Yeah, I used to go crazy. I used to go really nuts with the whole modding of like the systems, and I had a friend that he was really into it. Like he's the one that got me into it, because he was actually a I don't even know what you call those people, but he had like this thing on the table with clamps, and he would solder, and he would like he went to school for it and everything. And I was like, yo, what is this doing? What the hell is this? And you know, and then I started learning. Then I started getting into, you know, dude, it was nuts. I probably shouldn't even be talking about that right now. I eventually stopped my ways. I got off that, but you know, when you're young, you broke, you don't have no money, you know, like you just trying to make it work, you know, somehow you gotta do what you gotta do. And with me, I was just, dude, I was modifying everything. I was hooking everything up, like everything was modified. And I learned how to do it. And I forgot when I stopped. I just stopped one day. And then you know what would piss me off though? I have bought this thing called the Machine, and I still have it. And it pissed me off so bad because they themselves took off the program, right? And it was discontinued. Like they just completely took it off. Like they would like screw people, let people buy the new systems, and that thing was like $600-700. So I was kind of upset. And then I had to remake a whole program software, their own software, to be able to use something I already paid for. You know, like ridiculous money because they weren't operating it no more or something. And after that, I completely stopped messing with that company. Like, I think if a company does that, that's just like crazy, man. Where they try to force you to get the brand new, shiny, brand new stuff that costs a lot of money, and it's kind of like a subscription. They keep you hooked. Oh, this new technology, this new stuff, you gotta get it, you gotta have it, you gotta, like, you know, you gotta be up to date. You know, like, everybody's getting it. Why don't you have it? Blah blah blah. Like, bro, you keep following that rat race, like just trying to get those technologies, trying to keep up with everybody. You end up broke. You always end up broke because you keep wasting money. You know, you're not getting money in, and you just keep wasting and wasting. And at the end of the day, bro, it's just a waste of time, waste of money. And it's like that for a reason. It's like that so people could keep buying and wasting money. Yeah, dude, it's fun as hell, and I wouldn't want to give you advice on how to do it. Yeah, I used to do all that, bro. I used to get into all that. I used to really heavily get into that. My PSP was I had this thing where I don't know how the hell I did it because it was so many years ago, but I did something where the battery itself would mod the PSP. It would like flash it and completely change the like, it had like a whole kernel system and all this stuff, and it was cool. I really enjoyed doing all that stuff. Like, it was fun. Like, it was scary because, you know, you could break the system and break it. It's kind of like, that's how they tell you about the stickers. Like, you know, once you remove the stickers, it's void. They can't take it back. You just pretty much broke your stuff. You know, it's over. But it was my stuff, so I was like, oh, I'll risk it. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll break it and have fun with it. And I did. I would just explore, and then that's how people started coming to me with, like, oh, can you fix this? And I never even charged them. It was just fun to. I would tell them, look, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just fiddling around. I'm not giving you any hopes. I'm gonna just try my best. And then that's how I got my hands on a bunch of electronics, and I would just fix them and just have fun doing it. That's really nerdy, right? That's a nerdy thing to do. I was just into it. I didn't care. It was very fun, and that was probably like the most I've ever read in my life. Learning like how to do things and how to like solder and put different parts in, and like what did what and what worked, and you know. I'm surprised I was never into computer building. Like I never thought about it, you know, like since I grew up with a console my whole life, I've been on a console. I never thought about, you know, building my computer till a couple of years ago. I think it was 2021 or something like that, or 2020. I can't even remember when I built this PC. And I felt the same kind of rush and the same kind of nervousness, and I was kind of freaking out because I thought I was going to break it. And so far, everything turned out good, and I haven't had a problem with it. And I just play whatever. And I'm kind of glad, you know, like everybody pushed me to get the PC because, you know, the modded stuff. And then they talked me into getting the wheel, and you know, this is where I'm at now. I think I think it's been 5 years, bro, of me being on wheels. Now, would I ever do this in real life? I don't know. I'll be terrified. I don't know if I would ever, if I would even want to risk someone's car or my car if I buy a little hoopty and just, you know, I'll probably blow out the engine. My first attempt would be just me blowing out the engine of the car. The Wonder Swan, but also. Oh, bro, that's real old school. Yeah, that was actually what came after the PSP, the PSP Vita. I always wanted one too, man, and I never got one. They're probably dirt cheap now, or they're rare retro collectors items now. I don't even know. I haven't like looked any of that stuff up in so long. But that used to be my handheld of choice, was the PSP, and I remember burning out and playing Monster Hunter. They had like a couple of different Monster Hunter games on the PSP, and I used to love it, man. I used to, you know, go crazy until I found out that you could import the game from Japan, and you'd have to play in Japanese. But I did that too. I actually imported. I forgot what game it was. I'm pretty sure I have it over there in PR. I have like the case and everything, and on the back it says Japan only. And it was cool, man. And then I back in the day when there used to be this thing called Skype. I don't even know if Skype still exists. And I had a room of like American players that wanted to understand the game. And there was this cool Japanese guy that he went and made a whole site translating the game and the stuff in the game. And then what I did was I grabbed there was a program, I forgot what it was called, but it was like take screenshots. And then I just took screenshots of the whole site, and then eventually just gave it out to all the US players, so they could understand the game. And it was cool as hell, man. And the Japanese players were pretty cool too. I thought they would be pissed at us, you know, because we were like in their servers playing, but they were like really cool. And it was fun, man. That was back then when gaming was fun as hell, dude. You just played just to play. There was nobody was toxic. Like, I can't say that about Call of Duty. Call of Duty's always been toxic, but yeah, man. Oh man, a Game Boy, dude. I had the big blocky one. The original one, the black and white one. It was like a black and white one. Then I had the Game Boy Advance, and I remember for the Game Boy Advance, this was back in the day. This was when Pokemon Silver, Pokemon Gold, Pokemon Stadium, all this stuff came out. Yo, literally, that game was so popular that I found the copy. I don't know if it was silver or gold. It was one of them. I had one of them. I had the silver or gold. But then in the street, me walking, I found a copy of gold just laying down in the street. I was like, yo, that's crazy. It's you know. The Game Boy, man. The Game Boy is, damn. You know what's crazy? Even, I don't even know what the hell that was called, but I remember when I went to go visit my family, my cousins, they had what's it called, Virtual Boy? It was like a Nintendo thing. It was like a big doofy headpiece, and it was all green, like the game was green for some reason. Oh man, I can't remember the name of that, but I remember using it. You always think you're so cool. You probably look stupid as hell. When you're young, you know, you're just like, oh my god, technology, you know. And by today's standards, that's ancient. That's like, you know. I remember, I think one of the the systems that was ahead of its time when I was a kid growing up was the Dreamcast. The Sega Dreamcast, that thing was way ahead of its time for when that thing came out. That thing had the little memory card that you would throw in the controller, and then eventually the Nintendo 64 came out with that same kind of concept with the controller and the memory card that you would stick into the controllers. Man, I used to love them, man. Mario Go-Kart, bro, there'd be fights in my house. There'd be like a natural tournament in my house over who got to play Mario Go-Kart. Oh man, the good old days. Back when everything was just, couch co-op type and people used to fight over controllers. That's how it used to be back in the days, bro. Just chilling, playing, freaking Mario Kart and fighting over whoever. That was the rule in my house, though. Whoever kept winning, they eventually got bored of whipping everybody, or we wouldn't force the winners to get off. They would just keep winning and keep beating everybody. That's how it got rotated, like if somebody beat you, even with there was this wrestling game, I think it was called No Mercy too, and I think that was the first wrestling game they had where they implemented ladders and tables and all this stuff, and it was the same deal, bro. Oh man, I remember that. I remember on the Dreamcast playing Power Stone, playing Armada. My boy put me into this game. It was like a space game called Armada, and I got into that so hard. I was like, it was something I'd never played before. It was so different. Oh look, I lost connection in the room. They're like, you're babbling too much. Get out the room. Oh, music. Yeah, music. Music producing is cool. Like, you gotta have a lot of patience, and it's like I said, just learning. It's gonna be tough it's like anything in life. When you first get into it, I would suggest, if you really like it, if it's something, how you like something when you can spend hours and hours and hours and hours doing it, and the time just goes by and you don't even realize how much time has passed. I would say that's how you love something without even knowing you love it. Time just goes by and you don't even realize it. It just hits you like, oh damn, I must really like this, I used to go, when I was living in PR, I used to go to the beach. There was these old timers, and it was just cool to hang out, and they would play congas, and I never even played congas. I just went because I was just bored, and they would just chill. They have the best time of their life, just chilling, talking crap, making fun of each other, swapping stories, and it was cool, man. It's so different. It's that's what I'm saying. It's I feel the world is so different now, where if you do have that, that's gold now. If you have that interaction with people, rather than be close. That's if you like people. You gotta kind of like people too. If you don't like people, then if people annoy you, then you're gonna want to be alone. That happened later on in life for me. Once I got older, I cut a lot of people off out of my life and stopped hanging out with people. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's just a getting old thing, or you just don't want to deal with people anymore, and you just become a loner, I guess, at that point. But I used to genuinely enjoy it. It's like I said, it depends on the people you surround yourself with. I met so many different types of people, age groups and everything like that. That's why I get along with almost anybody. I can talk about damn near anything, because I still learn from young people, the lingo and all that stuff. It makes me laugh, but hey, I'm getting old. You gotta accept the fact that styles change, things change, lingos change, and then you don't know what the hell people are talking on, and it just makes you feel old. And you gotta either learn from it or just be cranky and old, you know? Oh, horror music? That would be cool. You know what? If you get into it, I think the best way to do it would be to like watch a video or like watch a horror movie, right? On like mute. And then while something suspenseful is happening, you build into it. Like you make the custom track for whatever you're looking at. I think that would be a great experiment to mess with. And then who knows what crazy music ideas you're gonna come out with that, you know? But yeah, music, when you make music, you gotta be very patient, especially if you're doing everything yourself. You gotta learn, the program. You gotta learn, how to count the bars. Like I said, it all depends what you're doing. You're doing like a movie score type, so that's kind of like, I don't even know what the measurements are for that. I don't think I've ever tried that in my life. Try to do like a movie or a film score or anything like that. And it also depends what you start with too, or like what programs you use. Like everybody, when I started producing and making music and I got into music, everybody I knew was using Fruity Loops. And I got in contact with some people that they were like really in there. Like they were using Pro Tools. They were using this software called Reasons. Like, real producer stuff. They was wasting money on, they had a studio booth. They had everything. They were going in, bro. Like, they were not playing about their music creating. Oh crap, I just messed this guy up. And it was fun. And then I got to use their program because they hooked me up. They're like, well, you can only put this on 2 computers. Oh, I'm messing. Let me stop. I'm just messing this guy up. And I remember they gave me a copy of Reasons. And I think I bought my own copy of Pro Tools at that point. And I used to play piano, so I used to like lay down a lot of tracks, a lot of like piano tracks for them. And then his boy would hook up the drums. And I was basically the melody maker, Because it was original music. It wasn't like, like covers or anything like that. I was like, nah, we was making our own tracks, our own music. So I guess they found that, they invested in me by giving me this software. And I actually learned how to produce and make music with actual, like, at the time, at that time, real expensive software. And it was definitely not easy, man. I had to learn how to use it. I had to learn how to change everything. And then the guy that I was making the melodies for, I don't know if he was pissed or he just didn't want to teach me, or like, I don't know. It was just a funny vibe type thing. Like, 'cause I was just in there in the studio just cutting beats with them and making melodies, but then he didn't want to show me how to like mess with things. Like, I had to learn by myself. And I guess that could happen, People don't want to teach you, or they don't want to take the time to teach you, or it's like a bother. Like, oh man, I've been doing this for so long. Why do I want to sit down and teach somebody? Like, just learn it on your own. And then I did. I started learning on my own, and then eventually I started buying all the equipment and the pianos and the interfacers and the drum machines, and I got into it. Then I started producing albums for local rappers around the area, and it was fun. I enjoyed going out and doing shows and seeing people at their shows and just enjoying the music that I was making. And at the time, I didn't care about money. it was just, I was doing it for free in most cases, just to learn how to produce, how to be an engineer, how to do everything. Like I was doing everything by myself. And then eventually I started charging people for beats. Once I started getting good at it, I would take this old beat up laptop I had, and I would go around and I would go, I'm pretty sure you could probably get mugged if you try to do that today, but I went and I would actually be a house producer for people. Like I would show up in the house and be like, oh, what type of beat you looking for? And that took away the competition, the internet competition. There was none. There was nobody competing in my bracket. Like who the hell would do that? That's like risky as hell. You're like showing up to people's houses and making beats for them on the spot right there. Like, so, it was like on some hustle and flow stuff, you know? And I did that for a little while, and it was cool, man. It's something that I probably wouldn't even risk doing today, because today the technology and everything, you know, costs an arm and a leg. But it was fun. It was just a different time where you could risk doing that stuff, you know, like you could just, well, it was always a risk, but I was young, I didn't care. I was just like, you know, I was like, I gotta do it somehow, right? I'm going super slow. I know they're like, oh my god, hurry the hell up. Oh, I hate that, damn it. Alright, let me see if I can follow them. They weren't keeping up with me, but I think their setup is smooth also. I didn't feel the pressure, you know, like of somebody on me, like kind of like, you know, the initial D type thing, you know, who is this guy? And I didn't see that car come up on me, so. The only problem is having to get Wait, hold up. I missed that whole combo. Wait. Also, you want to make like, what do they call that? I think they call that bit rate music or something like that, like where it sounds like video game music. My suggestion would be just go into like whatever style you're trying to practice or reference or make, anything that you're trying to make. Just start listening to a bunch of different like producers or composers until you find that style that like you're like, oh yeah, okay, this is it, this is what I want to make. Oh crap. And then you learn, you kind of sit there and you learn and oh god, no. And that's the reference point. Oh god, no. Oh no. I'm tapping all my I did something to my car. Although I put the traction control. Hold on, let me go to the top of the gas station. I just went crazy clicking on everything, bro. On my keyboard. There we go. I took the traction on and off. But like I was saying, if it's something you like, for reference, you listen to whatever it is, whatever kind of style, like even mixing the genres up, and that's a good way to get into it. And then when you also mix, so when you want to compare, because there's a thing as mastering too. You got to master the track, so when you hear something, its level is the same, so it's kind of hard to explain. You got to like really get into it. But yeah, I mean, it's dope. It's a fun pastime. It's cool to do and experiment with that. I haven't made anything. I got all the equipment, like even this. I don't know if you can see it on camera. That red right there by the wheel. You see my hand is right here. That red is actually a keyboard. It's I forgot what kind of keyboard it is. It's brand new. That's why it's in plastic. I never even really used it. I bought it and it just sits there, just looking at me like, when are you gonna use me, bro? I think I used it once when I first got it, because you know you get that hyper's buyer aspect of things, and you're just like, oh man, I'm so hyped, I got this new hardware, let me use it, and then you just used it once or twice and then you just stop. But yeah, I haven't produced anything in a minute. Like I said, it takes time, it takes dedication, it takes patience. Especially if you're making things from scratch. If you're not sampling, you're not doing any of that, you're literally creating nothing. You know, you're making something from nothing. I was really heavy into that, like making something out of nothing. Now everybody's using AI and it's like, I don't know. It kind of takes away from what music was. I guess I could say was, because now even the AI is copying humans and then it's mimicking what they make, and then it's like basically stealing their style, their stuff, man, like everything that people make. And it's like crazy that there's companies out there that could even do that stuff. You know, that's nuts. So I don't know. Music in a very weird place right now. Let me see where they all at, because I just kind of went on a rant about yo, what time is this? 10. I don't know what time I started streaming. Damn, should I try throwing up the random games? I'm thinking about it, but it's kind of late right now. I wish you can. Oh, what is this? You know, I never tried, but I don't want to mess with people. I don't know if you could just become a cop or something and start chasing people down. What are they doing now? There's no fast travel here. That's crazy. Look at this. Oh wait, can I zoom in? Let me see if I can zoom in. Oh yeah. I think there's a way to do it, but I don't know how you do it with a drone. I think you could throw a drone down. Or maybe that's a mod and you could follow people around. I've never messed with it, so I don't know, but I'm pretty sure you could probably do something like that. But that's so sick to see that you could actually go into the map and just zoom in and see everybody going crazy. That's actually pretty cool. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'll probably take a break. I don't know when. I'll probably stream when the new carx comes out in a few days. I don't even know what it is. The 3rd, so supposing 4 more days the carx online 2 comes out, so I'll try that, and then when Forza comes out I'll try that, and that's it. I'll cut this one short. I don't even know how long it was, but yeah, I'll be back when I'm back. I gotta make a schedule. That's what I gotta do. It's so hard to keep a schedule going now, but that's it for now. I'm gonna take off. I've been yapping for too damn long. Been too long with the yippee.